I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
For those who say I only hate DC stuff, here you go. Now this was a paid request from Devon. Thank you so much for that. If anyone wants to request pretty much anything, review, topic, re-review, reaction, or anything random, like I said, it could be pretty much anything. Feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, I don't have Disney Plus. I'm never going to get Disney Plus because I don't like Disney. I don't trust Disney. I'm not giving Disney my money. I will never give Disney my money. So how do you see it? Why do you see it? I told you I saw it because it's a paid request. How I saw it? It's the internet. You could figure it out. Fuck Disney. Fuck Disney Plus. I ain't giving my money. I ain't supporting the shit. Because I don't approve of their methods. I don't approve what the hell they do. I don't approve of their politics. I don't approve how they fucked up Star Wars, how they fucked up a lot of shit. I don't approve what they did with Gina Carano. Whether you liked or disliked her, I think what they did was shitty. Fuck Disney. Now, I've liked some Marvel stuff. I liked the first Iron Man. I even liked the Incredible Hulk. I liked all three Captain America movies. I even liked Doctor Strange. I liked the first Ant-Man. Guardians of the Galaxy. Even the sequel I didn't mind. But no, I did not like Avengers Infinity War. I did not like Avengers Endgame. I know, shame on me. I'm sorry, I don't like a film with the Hulk taking selfies with people and offering breakfast tacos. Or a fat-ass Thor who thinks he's in the movie The Big Lebowski. But it's also the same movie where half the world has been dusted, turned to dust, and it's serious, super, super serious, but hey, I'm a Thor, and you want some tacos? I'm a fat-ass Thor. You the dude? Does the dude abide? I'm not a fan of Black Panther. I'm not a fan of Captain Marvel. Ant-Man the Wasp was forgettable. I know I saw the film. I didn't remember a thing about it. I still don't. So I like some, but I'm not going to kiss their ass. This, what the fuck was this? I know it's the first episode, but I've heard what happens. WandaVision, episode 1. Wanda, the Scarlet Witch. She was in Avengers Age of Ultron. Really, the Avengers film I liked the most, honestly, because I like James Spader. That had entertaining fun, escapism, action, and I never understood the hate for it. Age of Ultron is still my favorite Avengers movie. Because that movie felt like a comic book movie. It felt, yeah, you had the jokes, but the superhero action moments seem straight out of a comic book. And I like the way the characters acted. The Hulk seemed like the fucking Hulk, not taking fucking selfies. It's funny, the Hulk where he's like the Hulk, that gets shit ratings, but the Hulk that gets his ass whipped by Thanos never comes back again. And then, hey, you want to take a selfie? Yeah, you like the taco? Maybe people like taco. I like tacos, except Taco Bell. But I like Avengers Age of Ultron. I won't. Well, it's not like the comics. Infinity War is. Endgame was. Those were like the comics. That's what Thor was in the comics. But people get mad about James Spader and Ultron. But that's how Thor was in the comics. That's how Hulk was. Well, probably some comics, but for this storyline, for how serious it's supposed to be, and if you love it, that's cool. Doesn't mean I have to. That's the good thing about different opinions. It's out there. I know, it's like 5 minutes I haven't talked about this. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to talk about. Scarlet Witch Wanda, previously in the Marvel Universe. Vision, even though it's supposed to be one of the more powerful Avengers, got killed. Thanos took the Infinity Stone, and in fact killed him again. I'm like, wow, that was a waste of Vision. Like, they really wasted the Vision character created in Age of Ultron. Again, I think they did a good job with Vision in Age of Ultron, and then they did shit with it. But again, Age of Ultron is the worst. Even though he got absolutely fucking pussified in Infinity War and Endgame. Well, he wasn't even in Endgame. But again, I digress. So, Wanda, I guess, was in love with Vision, which they did a shit job establishing that. They tried to do that in Captain America Civil War, and like they didn't do much of a job with that, honestly. So, when we get to this, I don't feel much of anything about the love story, because they have one scene in Infinity War where they have a couple scenes in Infinity War, not just one. That's not enough, I'm sorry. That's not enough to establish a strong enough bond where this TV show to create a big thrusting initial interest. That doesn't sound sexual at all. But it's like, okay, they're trying to do something different. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's good. What are they trying to do here? It's a 1950s sitcom, black and white, with all the sitcom tropes. Going to work, oh golly gee, the premise you see in a lot of 50s sitcoms. I Love Lucy, Bewitched, Leave It to Beaver. Oh, I got my boss and he's coming home for dinner. No, can't quite fit the dinner right. Oh golly gee willikers. Will the dinner be set correctly? Again, I and then by the end, which I've, even without hearing what happens later on by YouTube users, I can already guess, well, she's a Scarlet Witch, she has these powers, she's put herself in a fantasy world. It's a big hallucination. I've seen plenty of sci-fi stories, horror stories, TV shows that have done this same thing or similar stuff. So it's not like it's a big surprise at the end when it pulls back and, oh, it's like a TV show and someone's watching it. I'm like, I guess for a lot of people they went, ooh. I'm like, yeah, and? Because with this first episode, all I got was it's a 50s sitcom, but it's a bad 50s sitcom. So again, for like 20-30 minutes, I'm just watching a bad 1950s sitcom. Laugh track. I don't eat food. That explains the entire fridge being empty. Vision hears this song, yeah, don't talk back, and he complains about the lyrics. You know, the death rate of single man is twice compared to a married man. And at this point, I'm like, has it been established that Scarlet Witch is a fan of sitcoms? I will bet that will be established later. Because, jumping ahead, from what I understand, the reason this is all happening, which I could kind of guess this even without reading the spoilers, watching videos, but she was so consumed by grief, she traded this fictional world for her, to escape into. Which again, there's plenty of stories that have done that, or similar facility. Can't even say the word right. Facilities? That's not. God damn it! I try to sound smart and I fucked it up. Oh well. That's how it goes. There's similar stuff out there. There's a lot of similarities that I could point to. Where the story is it may seem new in the Marvel universe, but it's nothing new that I've seen compared to other pieces of media, entertainment, other TV shows. Case in point, and great, it's different enough, The X-Files. There's an episode of The X-Files called Field Trip. Mulder and Scully, they go out, and they see the skeletal remains of a group of people. And they're investigating what's the deal. Did they die from acid? Because it's just bones. They leave, and then they realize strange stuff is going on. And then in the middle of the episode, you find out Mulder and Scully never left that site. They were pulled into the ground, and this mushroom plant, like this type of thing, has them there, and has these spores making them stay there, and they're seeing all these hallucinations. And so they're living this fantasy world that's not really happening, but they think it's actually happening. And actually a pretty good episode of The X-Files. And I'm a big fan of The X-Files until they fucked up with the reboot shit. It's not a reboot, but what was the way they described it? The revival. Fuck that shit. Season 10, 11. I'd rather have stayed at season 9. As flawed as it is, season 9 is better than what they did. I'll stand by that. But what I was saying is, not only is she creating this world, and apparently later on there's another 50s sitcom type, then there's a 60s era, then there's a 70s era. Star Witch has brought in a town of people, including kids, as slaves for herself, including kids. So they're being held captive to go through the grief that she's dealing with. And reading up on it, seeing clips about it, I get it, you're going through grief. But if you're torturing a neighborhood of folks because my grief, and you get no punishment out of it, fuck the show. Fuck the show. Fuck the show. Like, this Star Witch is torturing a whole neighborhood of people. She's not doing it on purpose, but still she's doing it because of her grief. Or grief. Okay, yeah, but you still need some punishment. Look at, a good way? First Blood. Why do I say that? John Rambo. He was pushed. He kept being pushed. He kept being pushed. He fought back. He defended himself. They kept going after him. He fucked up the deputies but didn't kill them. Let it go. Let it go. He destroyed the town, but you know what? He got punished. He gave up, let himself be arrested, went to jail. It's a long road. Because ultimately, even though, and in that case, he deserves even less punishment than Star Witch does. But he still had to pay because of the other stuff he did. This, Star Witch doesn't need any punishment because she's got to be in Doctor Strange 2? Fuck the show. Fuck Star Witch. Oh, you don't have the white vision. Who gives a shit? Gives a fuck. Sticking with this episode, all it is just a bad 50s sitcom. Wanda making dinner. The boss is here. Dinner's going crazy. The boss is choking. And then you know something's off kilter because even though the wife of the boss has a smile on her face, she's like, please help. Stop it. Stop it. Like, she knows she's controlling all this. But Star Witch, she has some kind of, I'm guessing, some blockage that she doesn't want to remember Vision's death. So she's created this fictional, happy-go-lucky-me 50 sitcom paradise to escape the grief. But again, so this iteration of Vision in her mind gets the chicken, the food out of the guy's throat so the guy's not choking anymore. They leave. This lobster on the door as a door knocker. And, oh, they sit down. Hey, make rings for us. Have some rings. Pull back as a show. Someone's watching it. Please stand by. Episode is over. I'm like, all I got out of this was a bad 50 sitcom. Shit jokes. Shit humor. It's trying to be an old sitcom, but what is the point of watching a bad 50 sitcom? I don't get. That's why I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I get your point, but I don't get your point. I get your point that she's steeped in this reality. I'm guessing she loves sitcoms, 50 sitcom. So but number one, if you want to have a better writing, better jokes, this actual 50 sitcoms are funnier than this. Go watch a Dick Van Dyke episode. There are episodes I Love Lucy better than this. I watched The Three Stooges. That's from the 1930s. They're funnier than anything in this. 50 cent doesn't mean you have to have all bad jokes and just. I'm just watching these two at like 50 sitcom characters, and it's not really going anywhere. There's really not much of a story in this episode. Why the fuck would I want to continue to watch? And for fans of Scarlet Witch and Vision, is this what you want out of a TV show for these characters? Like, if you really enjoy these characters, is this what you want? Okay, I'm a fan of the Ninja Turtles. A live-action show that's supposed to take the characters seriously, because there was a live-action show, but it's the Next Mutation that's more of a campier show. You know, Power Rangers, the folks who behind that, they made that show. It's a bit, goofier, sillier. But like a serious live-action Ninja Turtles show, that'd be awesome. I would love to see that, finally. But if they did it, and then, the first episode is a 50 sitcom because of, I'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? So if you love Vision and Wanda, people seem to be happy until the finale. Then it seemed like a lot of people weren't happy because the show creator didn't know shit about the comics. Like Mephisto, the big bad villain, shit, the person who created the show, the showrunner, didn't know who the fuck Mephisto is. That's why he wasn't in there. So people are like, oh, I don't know shit about comics, and even I know who the fuck Mephisto is. But you have a person running the show who doesn't know shit about the comics that's based on. Mephisto's like a big part of the story. Even I know who the fuck Mephisto is. I don't know shit about these characters. The most I know about Vision is playing him in the Captain America and the Avengers video game on Super Nintendo. It was the White Vision. Or the stuff in the previous movies. Like, fuck, man. So, I don't want to watch any more of this show. I don't want to watch it. If you want to watch someone do a bad 50s sitcom, I guess you could watch it. Or I could just go watch a good 50s sitcom. Or a good sitcom in general. That's kind of where my head's at. Hey, you want to watch a bad 50s sitcom? No. Well, here you go. Okay, thank you. The great Christmas present. I'd rather have socks for a present than this shit. You know what? I'll go, if I want to see something about people and another hallucination, I'll go watch Field Trip. Field Trip by the X-Files. Look that up. Field Trip X-Files. You get more out of that episode. And then they only need one episode to tell the story than this. So no, it's not just DC stuff I think sucks. Although I did like Joker. I even like Shazam. Just Zack Snyder shit. And this shit. Fuck this. WandaVision. See you guys later. Bye-bye.